It is Black History Month, and tonight we are sharing the story of Indiana's only African-American Civil War Army unit.
Many black soldiers who served in this regiment for the Union established their own neighborhoods in Indiana, like the Norwood neighborhood on the southeast side of Indy.
WRTV's Megan Shin shows us those properties have been passed down for generations.
Conversations and laughter come easy between family. Donna Richardson Schaffner laughs often because most everyone in Norwood is family.
I have fun. I just have fun.
Her research into her ancestry dates back to the 1800s.
This is the 28th Regiment.
We're talking about 1863.
Yeah, here it is, 1262 Earhart, and that's Myrtle Parham.
That's when what was called the 28th Regiment of Colored Troops served in the Civil War.
Chester's grandfather, he was at 708 West North Street.
Historians found black troops bought original lots in Norwood with pension money from their service in the 28th Infantry. Schaffner traced her Parham family roots back to that specific regiment.
My uncle, Ricky lived in the original house that died. The real head of the family is Shadrach Parham, and he had 11 boys and 4 girls.
Think about that. Having more than a dozen kids, many of them in Norwood.
You're talking about 100 to 150 first cousins.
For Schaffner, discovering this started on her search for love.
I didn't get a date very often in high school because everybody was related. So I had to know who you related to, what is your last name. Honestly, I couldn't get a date from the South Side.
Being one of many Parhams led her down the rabbit hole of Norwood history.
And this is my grandfather, Lee Ross Parham. Norwood is from Prospect to Beech Grove and as far as Fountain Square.
And that led her to finding more family. Andrew Folks, a Parham, went from wanting to fight Schaffner's brother to loving him.
They had an argument and they were going to fight, and his father told him, "That's your cousin."
Yeah.
And mentioned the word Parham.
Right.
Family, for better, for worse.
My mother died in 1967. Her mother was my mother's, I think, first cousin.
History almost lost. Now they're learning their Parham roots in the town of Norwood start and continue with military service.
Really fascinating because that's Civil War, and we have 8 generations of military.
I got out of service in 1980. Marines.
Semper Fi?
Yeah, Semper Fi, always faithful.
Yep.
Sterling Parham Sr., he's one of the first ones who started the Norwood. This is his son, Sterling Jr. That's my father there. He was in the Korean War. And then me. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I was drafted.
Like generations before, Chester Parham Jr. bypassed family history until now.
In Norwood, that's all I know. That's Papa's house. See, and that's all I know, so I never questioned it.
Well, it's something that I would not have done, but she's done a good job doing it.
Schaffner connected the family dots, resulting in documents and photos.
This is my grandmother, Myrtle Parham.
What do you think when you look at these?
I think they're awesome.
Historians.
One of the historians is doing that.
Picking up on Schaffner's work.
A cousin who's recently passed, Jerry Parham, was the first black man on the SWAT team for IMPD.
It's important history many black Americans across the country fight to find.
Trying to find out who these men are.
She's one of the soldiers in the family. You know, some families forget each other. It ain't gonna happen here.
The Parham family, rooted in history, service, and Norwood.
We're very proud of them.
It's more than families standing the test of time.
The family's everything. Absolutely everything.
It's uncovering underdocumented black history. Working for you, Megan Shin, WRTV.
And I love to see that link of when the family tree really comes together and unites a family like that. So far, Schaffner has tracked down at least 100 relatives.
That was very interesting. Megan did such a good job
Right.
on that story, putting that together. And a lot of this history is just now getting discovered because much of black history wasn't properly documented rather, and much more is being discovered like every day.
Amazing to see. Great story there.